So in the sequel to my Diary of a Martian novel, I have a scene where we have some aliens. And we have a bit of a comedy scene. It's a light-hearted scene where I'm trying to get the reader to really bond with the aliens. So we have one of them do a poetry recital in a strange alien language, and kind of what I'm thinking is it'll be a cross between kind of some hacking and gagging sounds like Klingons from Star Trek versus the awful Vogon poetry from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. And I wanted a little bit of inspiration from ChatGPT to help with that. So let's try it now. Can you write an alien sounding poem in a strange language that is a similar style to Klingon? It needs to be quite awful, like the Vogon poetry. Ooh, log on? No. Like the Vogon poetry from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Who knows what it's going to come up with here? I'm not even going to attempt to try and read that out. I just tried the first time. Kradum Jagron Klaxor Singh. Vorpalax and Turklin. Wagathorax in Singon Frey. Ninjurix in Slay Array. It's quite good actually. Well, it's actually descended into English at one point as the Crimson Battlefield Lies. Okay, well, we didn't actually want any English bits, but I mean that's quite good. Some bits it has kind of resorted to English, which is not kind of what we asked for, but there's some interesting ideas there. Can you make it more alien with no English words or phrases? So we can ask it to refine it a bit. But that's more like it. I can just visualise my aliens in my story reading this out now. It's a open mic poetry recital of all things. Okay, so I'm going to click stop generating there. So it still works in a few kind of English words there. So it's not perfect, but I mean, you can take bits out as you like, and you can create something that you think is relevant to your story. Now, this is a kind of a weird niche example. It's something that's relevant that I actually did in my book. Plus, there's another thing that I did, or that I'm doing in the second Diary of a Martian book, where because it's a middle grade story, some of the kids are singing this song. And it's kind of pitched as like the latest pop song from Earth, which the adults all think is absolutely awful. You know, it's quite common as parents now. We think a lot of the music our kids listen to is pretty terrible. So I asked it to write a very, very annoying pop song. So let's try it now. Can you write a very annoying and childish pop song about, what could it be about? Robots. I love robots. They're so cool. They've got arms and legs and tools. Okay. They beep and boop and make me smile. They do stuff in just a while. I mean, I did ask it to write an annoying song. I can imagine that'd be quite annoying. Now, again, at the start of the course, I said, I'd never use ChatGPT to write an actual book or the actual prose of a story, because I think that kind of has to come from the heart. It comes from the person. But sometimes doing things like this gives you a little bit of inspiration. Now, you could use that if you needed the whole lyrics to a song, or you could use it as inspiration. It's kind of up to you how far you take it. But when I had to write this song for the story that these kids are singing, I mean, I'm terrible at writing songs. I could never do it, and I'm even worse at poetry. So this actually kind of gave me a little bit of assistance. And then I took the text that I got from ChatGPT and I changed it a bit, and I spent a bit of time playing around with it. But it gave me that kind of initial kernel of an idea that I could play around with. So in the next example, we're going to look at how we can use ChatGPT as a way of effectively being an editor. So we're going to give it an example that's quite complex, like a complex or an overly complex set of sentences, and we're going to ask ChatGPT to try and simplify it for us.